There's a really strange feeling that starts happening as you get older, and I don't think people talk about it enough. One day, completely out of nowhere, you'll hear an old song or drive past a familiar street at night, or you may stumble across an old photo on your phone and suddenly you'll feel this overwhelming realization that entire parts of your life have passed. Not dramatic moments either, not huge milestones, just regular life. Completely ordinary days that felt forgettable while you were living them. And somehow, those end up becoming the moments you miss the most. I think that's what nostalgia really is. It's not just missing the past. It's realizing that moments you barely noticed at the time quietly became some of the most meaningful parts of your life. Because when we imagine the good old days, we always picture them like they must have felt important while they were happening. Like people must have known they were in a special phase of life. But the truth is, most of the time, the good old days just feel like normal life while you're inside them. You're sitting in a car with your friends after getting food late at night, half listening to the conversation because you're checking your phone. Or you're eating dinner with your family and you're thinking about getting back to your room and gaming. You're walking through school hallways wanting to hurry up and grow older already, but you didn't know that those were the last times that those things would take place. Nothing about those moments feel historic. They just felt routine, temporary, almost invisible. But then somehow years pass and those exact moments become the memories you'd do anything to revisit for even 5 minutes. And honestly, I think one of the scariest things about life is how fast it moves without asking permission. Weeks blend together so quickly that it becomes hard to keep track of what even happened recently. Sometimes I genuinely struggle to remember what I ate 2 days ago, or what I spent last weekend doing, or what was stressing me out this time last year. Entire months disappear almost instantly. Entire seasons of life collapse into vague feelings, random snapshots, and scattered memories that only come back when something unexpectedly triggers them. That's why photos feel so emotional sometimes, or old videos, or journal entries, because without them, so much of our lives just slips past unnoticed. Unless you actively stop to capture something, it often feels like your memories are constantly dissolving in real time. Life keeps moving whether you pay attention to it or not. And I think at some point, a lot of people quietly realize they've been rushing through their own lives without fully noticing them while they were happening. What makes nostalgia hurt isn't usually the loss of huge moments. It's more so the loss of ordinary atmospheres that you assumed would always exist. The sound of people talking downstairs while you're in your room at night. The feeling of falling asleep in the backseat during a drive home as a kid. Random late night conversations with friends that didn't seem important at all. Or the specific way your room looked during a certain phase of life. Even something as small as the lighting of an old house or the feeling of a summer evening from years ago can suddenly make your chest feel heavy for reasons you can't fully explain. The strange part is that while those moments were happening, you weren't thinking to yourself, I'm gonna miss this someday. You were distracted, thinking about tomorrow, thinking about the future, thinking about becoming older or happier or more successful, or finally reaching some version of life that felt more meaningful than the one you currently had. I think a lot of people live life like that without realizing it. We treat the present like it's a waiting room for our real life to begin. When I was young, I couldn't wait to grow up. But now that I'm older, I start to realize that I miss things I never even appreciated when I had them. I miss how simple life felt before certain responsibilities appeared. I miss seeing the way that certain people behaved and acted every day. And I really miss the old routines I once found boring. I miss versions of myself that didn't even realize that I was happy yet. And maybe the hardest part is realizing that most endings don't usually feel like endings while they're happening. Nobody tells you, hey, this is the last summer your friend group will actually hang out together. Nobody tells you that one random hangout will quietly become the last time everyone is together like that. There's no warning that someday your family dynamic will completely change, or that the people who once felt permanent in your life will slowly become distant memories. Life rarely gives you closure in real time. It just keeps moving forward. And I think that's why certain memories hit so hard years later. Not because the moment itself was extraordinary, but because you suddenly realize how alive you were during it. You realize how much existed around you that you completely took for granted because you assumed there would always be more time, more summers, more conversations, more late nights, more ordinary moments with the people you loved. Then one day you look back and everything's different. The people are older. You're older. Some friendships fade naturally, and some places don't quite feel the same anymore. It's unsettling realizing how quickly everything became the past. But honestly, I don't think this realization is supposed to be entirely depressing. I think there's something grounding about it too, because eventually you'll start to realize that life isn't really made up of huge cinematic moments all the time. Most of our lives is ordinary, quiet, repetitive. And strangely enough, those ordinary moments often become the parts we treasure most later on. That realization has honestly made me think differently about the present, not in some unrealistic, live every moment to the fullest kind of way, because nobody can do that consistently. People will get tired, distracted, stressed, and life happens. But I do think there's value in occasionally slowing down enough to notice where you already are. To stay at the dinner table a little longer. To take the photo even if it's cringe or the moment feels unimportant. To look around during random nights with friends and realize that this too will someday become a memory. Because whether we notice it or not, the current version of our lives is already disappearing in real time. Maybe that's the strangest part about the good old days. Most of the time, they aren't hiding somewhere far behind us in the past. We're usually living them right now. We just don't realize it until they're gone. Thanks for watching Vardo, and I'll see you in the next video.